Do you have any regrets? Regrets are things that you wish you had done but didn't do, or things that you did do and wish that you hadn't. The problem with regrets is it feels like it's too late to do anything about it. You look back and you think, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done that. Why I didn't do my English homework. Oh, I should have studied more. Why I didn't listen to Mr. Sheriff. Yeah, regrets. I guess everybody has a few regrets. I hope you don't have any serious regrets. And that got me thinking. I was reading a book, and it referred to another book called The Top Five Regrets of the Dying. And it was written by an Australian hospice nurse. Hospice is like a hospital, but it's for people who have no hope of getting better. They know they're going to die soon, and it's just to hopefully keep them so that they don't have any pain. Anyway, so this nurse, she worked in a hospice, and she wrote down the top five regrets of people who knew they were going to die very soon. And that sounds kind of miserable or whatever, but actually, the point is, if you can listen to people on their deathbed, it's called on their deathbed when they're about to die, and see what things that they regret. Maybe if we know that while we're still healthy and have hopefully many more years to live, we can fix it now. We have time. We're not dead yet. So the sooner you know things that you don't want to regret, the better. That's the idea of that. So okay, so what are the top five regrets of the dying? The first one, which is the most common, is, excuse me, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Courage is bravery, not scared. I wish I was brave enough to be true to myself, to live how I want to live, not how other people expect me to. So not what mummy and daddy want me to do, not what my husband or wife wants me to do, but how I want to live. And I wish I was brave enough to do that, because if you get onto your deathbed, it's too late. So that's an important one, actually. Are you living a life true to yourself? If not, you better fix it. Okay, number two, this one apparently is very relevant, especially for men, but also now, these days, for women too. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. And this nurse, she said, this came from every male patient that I nursed. They missed their children's youth and their partner's companionship. Women also spoke of this regret, but because most of them were from an older generation, many of the female patients had not been the breadwinners. Breadwinner means making the most money. That's maybe changing now, so men and women are more equal. Both men and women have to go to work, maybe. So anyway, there's a regret of working too hard. Can you imagine? I know it's a Japanese disease to be a salaryman, work, 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 work. But anyway, it says here most people regret working too much. Number three, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Some things that you really truly believe and feel strongly about, you should say it. Some people don't because they're afraid to hurt other people's feelings. But the disadvantage is if you keep your true feelings hidden inside, it can make you mentally ill. Or make you twisted and bitter and angry at the world. So it's much better to be honest, right? Easier said than done, maybe. Okay, number four, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Yeah, that's true. As we get older, if you're still in school, it's easy to keep in touch with friends. But as you get older and you maybe work in a company or in a family, you don't have as much time for friends. But in fact, it says here, often they would only truly realize the full benefits of old friends until the dying weeks. Everyone misses their friends when they are dying. Wow. Maybe we should keep in touch with our friends now before we are dying. Send that email to your best friend. Number 5. Here's an interesting one. I wish that I had let myself be happier. This is a surprisingly common one. Many did not realize until the end that happiness is a choice. They had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. Fear of change had them pretending to others and themselves that they were content, when deep within they longed to laugh properly and have silliness in their life again. Interesting. So maybe you can choose to be happy and just maybe be silly and have a sense of humor and joke. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Right. Okay. So I got 3 questions here. Number 1, do you have any of these regrets now in your life? Well, I think I don't have any regrets because I'm doing lots of the things I want to do. Am I working too hard? Maybe. But I'm not working for a company, so just working for myself. So I don't feel that stress. Number 2, which of these regrets would be the worst? Oh, the worst regret. I don't know. They're all pretty bad, aren't they? The most important, wish I had the courage to live life true to myself. I think you have to have an honest life. You don't want to be on your deathbed and say, oh, I didn't do anything that I really wanted to do. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Okay, number 3, how can you reduce the chance of having regrets later in your life? Well, to reduce the chance of that, I think you have to do all the things that you want to do. So be a little bit more selfish, maybe, in your own dreams, and try different things. That would be my answer. If you dream of being a pop star, well, start recording. Use your iPhone. If you want to write a book, write a book. If you want to be a famous author, well, I can't do anything to make you famous, but you can write a book. Nobody's stopping you. Do the things that you can now while you are still healthy. I think that's one of the key things is when you are healthy, that gives you lots of freedom. So do these things while you still can. I think that's the point. Okay, I'll leave that to you to think about those 3 questions, and I will see you soon. Thank you very much. Okay.